I deal with the facts and I deal with reality, and I've put some things together timeline-wise so we can see what happened. Now, you first got together, you started talking to her in October of 2016, right?
Yes.
Then we jumped to December, and that's when you started talking to marriage, and she calls you her husband, and she flies to Johannesburg, South Africa with her daughter, and you sent her $685. What was that for?
When she got to South Africa, when she got to the hotel, they put a hold on her traveler's checks, and she needed money to get into a hotel, the hotel that she was staying at.
So January, she gets her purse stolen?
At the market.
Her purse is stolen with $12,000 of traveler's checks because they took the hold off of them.
Right.
So she has no money for the hotel, which she's run a bill up.
Correct.
And so they hold her passports until she can pay the money.
Correct.
And then she is leaving to go to the airport.
Correct.
To get out of there, and has a car wreck.
Correct.
Okay, and she's hospitalized to treat her.
Correct.
And then she's jailed by immigration for 18 days.
Correct.
Because of expired passports.
Yes. When she went to the airport, immigration detained her and took her and Sandra to the police station where they held them in jail.
Okay, and is this where they went to the mother-daughter jail?
I kept asking her that I hope they stayed together.
And so you now send her $9,904.
Yes, sir.
To pay the attorney?
They wanted $17,000, basically what I call bond, to get her out, and I didn't have $17,000.
Yeah.
So that's why we hired the attorney.
For expired passports?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we're February. She's been in jail for most of January.
Correct.
And South African immigration says, okay, we need $17,000 to get you out of jail.
Correct.
Okay, so now you've sent this $9,050 because you're trying to get her out of jail, right?
I eventually get her out of jail, yes.
Okay, so now we're into March, and so she has new temporary travel documents issued. She arrives in Istanbul, Turkey, and they say, well, these are improper travel documents.
Correct.
And they detain her again. She's jailed this time in Turkey by immigration for 15 days, has to hire another attorney. She's set to fly to the U.S., but she misses the flight because of improper documents. She lived at the U.S. Embassy for 6 weeks and 4 days. She moves into the embassy. I didn't even know that was an option.
Well, honestly, I don't think she was living at the embassy. I think she was actually homeless and didn't have the heart to tell me.
You send her $49,125.
Probably total, yes.
No, probably. You sent her.
I've got documentation. If that was the total, that's what you...
And what was this for?
The police report had expired. I had to buy a new one. The temporary passports had expired. Had to rebuy those. Airline tickets had expired. So basically, it's just been over and over.
You need a new police report?
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't know police reports expired, but apparently in Turkey they do.
You send her another $17,000. Okay, now we're into May. She left the U.S. Embassy after 6 weeks. She's detained by immigration because of expired travel documents. She's jailed again, this time for 28 days, and hires another attorney. And so you send her $1,600. June, she stays with this attorney, this woman, right?
It's a man attorney, but he's married and has a child.
Okay, for a month. You send her $18,840. Now we're into July. She leaves Turkey, arrives in Amsterdam, improper documents. They put her in jail again. This is her 4th time in the Hooskow. Mm-hmm. She's jailed for 10 days, hires another attorney, and you need to send her $23,395. But finally, Well, no. She's detained at the Amsterdam airport trying to return to the U.S., so she lives at the U.S. Embassy for 6 weeks again.
This has been a cluster since day one. So
You gotcha.